This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
Hey!
Hey.
Hey!
We're back.
Holy,
Everybody.
my
Matt
God!
deciding to just tear that Band-Aid right off.
Holy shit, you guys!
I mean, at least he didn't start with the death
Oh,
whistle.
God.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not doing that ever again.
That's appreciated.
I just that once, just that once.
Yeah.
If you're joining us for the first time, which you are, because all of our viewers died last episode, we're playing the Crimson Diamond.
Chapter 6.
And if you
Yeah, imagine.
if you survived, you're the one that did.
You just imagine a Let's Play episode that's like The Ring. You know, you finish listening to it, you finish watching it, and it's like your phone rings and somebody whispers 7 days. You know,
7
It's
days.
like by the time you make it to, you won't make it to the next mailbag
That's horrifying.
unless you're watching in the future. Yeah. Well, let me
Horrifying.
get Plunger. Or would you like to take the Plunger? Bring Plunger to Big Rock. Move Plunger to Big Rock. Move Plunger to Jack.
That should work. I mean, it should. I didn't make it work, but I think it should.
Carry Plunger to Jack. What am I doing wrong here?
Oh no,
really?
you're getting there. I feel like I have confidence that you'll make it.
Yeet Plunger at Jack.
That's exactly what I just
I
typed.
think just 2 boulders might work because you tried big boulder. Just boulder.
I typed Big Rock.
Okay.
But yeah.
Carries now. But I think move. Yeah,
move.
maybe move. Oh heck!
Nope.
This did get more flexible, and I'm not just saying that.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. What would be the ideal
Oh my gosh, there's a few.
verb for this?
There's a few, but yeah, move works. But
It didn't.
no,
just now.
yeah, it does. It does, but like the rest of it, then that's the part that needs to be move plunger behind rock boulder. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah,
There we go.
So 2 wasn't enough.
yeah, I guess. It might
that's
be now. We don't know. Or I've taken the plunger and placed it out of harm's way. Fortunately, the wire's long enough.
She didn't snip it at 3 feet or something like that. All right. Push Plunger.
Here goes nothing. That was a bit anticlimactic. Well, it was only 1 stick of dynamite after all.
Yeah. 1 stick can only do so much.
Oh,
Go home.
die.
Die. Just die. Just die.
Yeah. Scrabble in rubble. Clear rubble with teeth.
Become mole
Rubble
person.
with face. Clear rubble. Pull on rocks.
Okay, what does it say if you
Eat
look
rubble.
if you look at it? What does it say?
Look rubble.
Ah.
You and Jack have managed to create a Nancy-sized hole in the rubble.
I think I can squeeze through.
But not a Jack-sized hole.
No.
You can see a jack hole. You can see an old discarded plunger detonator amongst the debris.
This hole was made for me.
Go hole.
Ah, yes! Do. Finally,
Yeah.
go whole.
I appreciated your Junji Ito reference there, Julia.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. That's you're right. I should have caught that too. Damn it,
Oh, right. I can fit through this opening.
Nancy. This is really dangerous. Let's
You've
widen
taken-
the hole, so I can go too.
You've taken the seat to a dark place, Julia.
Evan's in danger. There's no time to lose. You keep working on the rubble and follow when you can.
Okay, Nancy, you're the boss, I guess.
Girl boss.
Yes, we've been together for a million more.
You be careful, you hear?
I will, I promise.
And then Nancy Amagara faulted herself into a body horror.
Wait, before you go, it's gonna be dark as night in there. Darker even. Take this lantern. Boop. Just pitches it across the screen.
Jack lights the lantern and hands it to you.
I got another one, don't you worry. You're not the only one with big pockets. Good luck, kiddo.
Thanks, Jack.
You squeeze through the small hole in the rubble and enter the mine.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Nice. Seeing the lantern's light reflected brilliantly on the thousands of red crystals embedded in the walls, you're suddenly reminded of why you traveled to Crimson in the first place. If the situation wasn't so dire, you'd be dazzled by this cave of natural wonders. Instead, the red gleams look like blood is beating on every surface, just waiting to fall. You shiver. Toronto feels like it's 1,000,000 kilometers and 1,000,000 years away. That's like 80 miles.
Oh dear, it's so dark in here. Oh, I need to figure out which way Nessa and Carvis have taken Mr. Richards. If indeed they came this way at all.
Note has been added to your notebook. Lick garnet.
First thing.
Doesn't look very appetizing. Yeah, you know, Nancy might be into some garnet licking.
It tastes abrasive.
Mineralogist.
Well, you gotta smell it first. Come on, don't be a savage.
Well, that's true. Sniff garnet. Oh, the air smells stale and dry. There isn't even a hint of life in the form of mold or mildew. You feel like you've landed on an inhospitable planet or woken up to find yourself in a tomb.
A tomb?
So this scene
Wagon
was
wheel.
super inspired by, of course, that scene near the end of Colonel's Bequest where you get the lantern as well. I thought that was such a cool effect. And I wanted to recreate
It's
You
it.
know,
Very
it was well. I mean, like this is quite a technical thing too that you've done here. But I was thinking personally that it reminded me of the treasure cave where you find the magic lamp and magic ring at the end of Quest for Glory 2.
Oh yes, I really think that part's cool too. Yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Like wagon wheel. You can't use wagon wheel in this game. It's just not a wagon
It's a
wheel.
wheel, I guess. Just a wheel.
Wheel. The flywheels appear to operate the internal mechanisms of the machine. Look, machine. You see the rim of a large wheel and some indications of a large piece of heavy machinery. So I guess what you must have done here is like just had a bunch of different sections of the background and then sort of by your character's location, you would turn them on and off.
Yeah, and also because
Nice.
there's that lantern glow, so each of them has 2 frames of animation too. So
Right,
you know,
yeah.
yeah.
Of course.
It's a pain in the butt.
I mean,
Yeah, but it looks so good.
well executed. Yeah. I
A
mean,
beautiful
it's
pain in
working.
the butt.
Thank you. It was a beautiful pain in the butt.
And it's not just that, but like you must have like done overlapping animations. I'm noticing like on this wooden pillar to my left, like you've got sort of diminished version.
Yeah, like every single
depending
one.
on how far you are away.
It's everything is its own separate like little thing. It's
Okay, so like this is a complete image.
Yeah.
And this is a complete
Yes.
image. These are not like
No.
you're not turning on sections
No,
of it.
these
You're
are-
completely replacing the background.
Yeah, but it has to do with like what region of the path you're stepping on will turn on. The
Of course,
different-
yeah.
And they're in
Yeah, you've got little walk spots.
Yeah,
basically.
little walk spots.
Okay. Get shovel. Now that you're inside the mine, there's no need for the shovel.
Too bad. I
There's
could have
always
used
a
this.
need for a shovel.
Helping Jack clear the rubble outside. Always could have.
Yeah.
It's pretty big, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know that I would. I mean, okay, can I get this bucket? Yeah. Bucket.
Also, we're looking for Nessa and Corvu, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
they're murderers. We might need the shovel.
Yeah, a weapon. As handy as buckets are, it's a bit too big for even your capacious pockets. All right. Go hole. Oh, no.
Whoa.
That's a bad hole. You slip and fall into the distant, jagged depths of the mine. Too bad you're not the gumshoe you thought you were.
A
Be
slip
more
of a
careful
girl.
next time. Slip of a girl. Oh, I'm glad I just
Oh,
saved.
no.
I didn't expect to straight up die immediately.
You did. Did you? Oh, maybe not. Yeah, you're fine.
What? I don't see that right now. Well, how do I not see garnets right now?
That's true.
Whoa.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of death animations, aren't there?
Oh,
I love it. It's just a little crush. Don't give in to the pressure before moving on. Find your way. Better luck next time.
Oh, no.
So is there any indicator, or is this sort of just trial and error?
Hmm?
Julia?
Oh, you see.
Anybody?
Julia, if you're
Sorry?
talking, we couldn't hear
Oh,
you.
oh no! I
Again.
don't like this.
It's okay. You're back now. You're back
Jeez,
now.
oof. Why?
I was saying, is there... Wait, okay, look ground. The floor of the mine is covered in countless shoe print impressions that are leading in multiple directions, preserved in a thick layer of dust.
Most of these must have been made decades ago by the miners who used to work here. It's an odd feeling to see these shoe prints, almost like looking back into the past.
Okay. So there's no indication of like new footprints or anything.
Oh,
I'm just wondering. The question I asked was like, is this just sort of trial and error, or
No.
is there some indication that I haven't noticed yet that'll
Yeah, you have to.
safely guide me through?
You have to notice a thing. Like, yeah, looking at the ground, that yields a certain results depending on where you are.
I see. Many types of shoe prints cover the floor in the garden mine, leading in all directions.
Yeah, most of mine was decades ago.
Yep.
Wonder if Nessa and Cars came this way with Mr. Richards. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, like, I'm looking forward to seeing all the death animations, so I'm just gonna kind of still blunder into these holes.
Yeah.
Yep, we saw that one. Go hole. Whoop. Sorry,
Yeah, so that crystal you can actually, I know you tried to
Two.
do it, but yeah, it's you can get it or look at it or whatnot. But yeah, look around, yeah.
World mine's covered in countless footprints, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Ba, 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 ba.
Yes, it's actually
A lot of loose rocks over here. I should be
to the
careful.
south is, yeah, it's bad. But maybe there you can look or something. Oh, really?
Okay.
That's weird. Oh, maybe,
Mine's
is it
interior is much cooler than the outside.
is it examine? I don't know.
Oh, I haven't been examining anything.
Well, we
Oh,
have
yeah.
everyone's
Oh
shoe
shit,
size.
there's more.
It could be that I have to go east, but I need to figure out where to go next before I leave this area. I won't have the pale moonlight from the opening of the outside to orient myself by. I'd get lost for sure. Huh.
Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Gee, I really hope
Ooh.
Nessa, Corvus, and Mr. Richards pass this way after all. Yeah, is it look or examiner? I don't even know. Or do you have to look shoe prints, or I don't know what. There we go.
Aha!
Here are some 20
There are
toed,
some pointy toes.
size 14 men's dress shoe prints. And impressions made by size 8 women's shoes. And size 12 men's boots. I recognize this tread pattern from Mr. Richards' other boots. The 3 sets of footprints are the freshest after all. Now I need to track these shoe prints and discover where they went next. Nessa, Corvus, and Mr. Richards, all their shoe prints lead along this eastern path. Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Excellent. Gee, I'm glad I was able
You were saying
to.
something?
Oh, gee, I'm glad I was able to track Nessa and Corvus down this path. Yeah, if you don't do this and you just try to go to the right, then she'll just get lost in the darkness because she did not track them.
Ah.
But yeah, you could have gotten
Right.
the crystal there and the boulder that you were looking at. It just didn't.
Oh, okay. Can I still get it, or should I
No.
load?
No.
No. Well, back up. We're not.
We're getting
going
that
fast.
crystal.
We're getting that.
Our inner kobold demands it.
Where's my save game?
Where is
Where's
it?
Go Hole?
Where's Go
That's-
Hole?
That is weird.
I think.
Did it just
I
save
think
over?
This one just saved over
Ugh.
it.
Okay, never mind. It's not a big deal.
Well, I mean, now we don't have a save to go back to anyway, and we skipped a bunch of shit, so that's too bad.
What is going on?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Hopefully this bug doesn't.
Isn't this possibly one of those ones where we have to delete a save to see some saves?
I know, because we did delete a bunch of older saves too, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it just
okay.
kind of clears space. So
And you don't have 50.
there's something in the
Yeah.
save code here. Yeah, there's something in the save code here that's basically like
Yeah.
just going, oh well, you want to save? All right, we'll just put one
Yeah.
there. So because I mistakenly like deleted everything, and I don't think there's a way for me to get back to like, okay, one, I can't get about that crystal anymore. I'm assuming that's some points that I've now missed permanently.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Okay. And so what did I miss in like the text that I advanced through quickly here?
Yeah, just, it's just Nessa is trying to get Evan to sign that piece of paper she's waving in front of his face, which is like the will that her and Corvus have drawn up. And he's saying he's not, and, all that, and etc. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Awesome stuff.
oh dear.
That's unfortunate.
But yeah, I mean, that's basically what they said. She's like, sign this thing! And he's like, no. That's basically it.
Okay, let's look. You've arrived at an open, cavernous area in the mine. The path descends down to a natural platform. It appears that the cave-ins that have been rocking the mine have created some deep chasms. An abundance of rocks of various sizes litter the floor. This rockfall looks fresh, too, and there's a lot more of it. One doorway to the north is still clear. Doorways to the north and the east are blocked by rocks.
This is a very dangerous area.
There's a central doorway that leads further back into the mine, as well as a doorway on the right that is completely clogged with rockfall. You see a large boulder, even taller than you, in the shadows nearby. You also see a table, a fire, and a wheelbarrow. Hi.
Get wheelbarrow.
Boulder.
This is a pretty good place to conceal myself should Corvus happen to turn his head.
Okay. Goodness. Look. Corvu. Corvu is keeping watch over the proceedings. You won't be able to do anything until you deal with him. Garrote. Corvu. Can't use Garrote in this. Do I have the right number of R's and T's?
That's a good question.
I think so.
Garrote. Corvu. Oh, I guess you didn't include it anyway, so it wouldn't matter if it was spelled right.
Karate chop. Corvu.
Body check.
Karate chop.
Corvu into chasm.
Well, if you karate chop him just right on the back of the neck, he'll just go unconscious.
Yeah, that's true.
Push
Can't
boulder.
use karate in this game.
Let's flatten him.
Vulcan, neck, pinch, Corvu.
Just flatten him, man. Push the boulder.
Flatten, Corvu.
No, push the boulder.
Push boulder
There.
onto Corvu.
Just push boulder. Just push it.
Push boulder.
There we go. Done.
Oh,
Here it goes.
here it goes. Look at it go.
Throw a bullet at Corvu so fast it's like firing it from a gun. You can't use so in this game. So is the one it had problems with. Okay, it's fine.
Throwing a bullet so hard it goes right through his head is a pretty fantastic solution.
I'm
Bullets time.
I'm dying for at least one speakeasy password because I know we have like a lot. Can we do like
Oh, that's true.
one?
Do we want to? Okay, yeah. Do we want?
Let's take a little high. We'll do a bunch of them. We got so many, guys. So many.
Oh, something. My
Oh,
speakeasy passwords. Okay, hold on a second here. Why are they not running? Why are they not playing?
Oh no!
oh no!
I can't get it to start.
This recording session is simply fraught with technical
Cursed.
difficulties.
Cursed.
It's not going to be cursed until
Funny, we even
someone
tested them earlier.
forgets to save their audio. That's
Oh,
when it's
God.
cursed.
Yeah, that's true. That is a thing that has happened and has the possibility to happen in the future. I had a technical difficulties. We'll be right back.
Oh.
All right. We're back. It's fine.
Okay.
So it turns out that I can't have numlock active while I use my or I have to have numlock active actually.
Oh,
For
weird.
my macro to work there.
Well, that makes sense.
I need to get like a stream deck or something like that one of these days. But anyway.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Speakeasy Password. We got a bunch of them. It's been a number of weeks since we've done this, so we're just gonna
Oops. I meant to do speaking password.
So we're gonna go through these, and I need some good discussion. All right. Number 1. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken.
Sure.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Actually, that's fine, man.
That one's good.
It's fine. I've heard it before. My only contention is that I can make up someone that's not taken.
It's true.
That's true.
There's
That's
infinite.
still you though, maybe.
There's
If you're being-
that might still be me, I guess, but there's infinite people. Also, a lot of those people are dead. Like most of the people who have ever been are now dead, and you can be them now because they're dead.
Under certain circumstances. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you can't necessarily be somebody that has only lived their life in Indonesia or something like that, right?
You can.
I
be that
suppose-
The 1700s.
You could be a
There's an
me.
element here.
It's a vampire.
If you did become someone who wasn't already taken, one of the many available personalities that you could be other than the one that you currently have, to a certain extent that would be you because you're not imitating anybody. And so, yeah, the statement may be true in that sense.
So you could be.
I'm a little confused about Matt's assertion here that everybody in Indonesia in the 1700s was a vampire.
Well, now if you're gonna be that today, if you grew up, you can be Bill, the Indonesian vampire.
Okay.
Yeah, still be you.
Still not sure I follow, but yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah.
Well, if you want to be from the 1700s, you'd have to be a vampire. is what I'm
Oh.
saying.
Well, yes. Okay.
Oh.
So that would be the only feasible explanation as to how.
Not
you
the
were
only
somebody that
one.
Lived.
Not the only.
Right.
It's low hanging fruit actually.
It's true. You could also be a time
You
traveler.
could be a shark or
Yeah.
a tree.
Yeah.
A shark.
Yeah, you could be a shark. You don't know.
Famously immortal shark.
Well, they could
Famously
be really
immortal.
old. Some of them could be 100-year-old sharks, right? Am I wrong? Come on, Alex.
I
Animal
mean,
facts.
this is the 1700s, so that's
well,
like
300 years even. Wasn't there one that was 300 years old, a shark? Or there was some marine animal.
I don't think so. Lobsters and I think certain crustaceans don't have a specific life
Let me look this
span.
up.
There's a handful of creatures that are sort of suspected to be biologically immortal. I think some sharks can live a very long time. Julia might be right about that. The one that I know off the top of my head is, for a while there, we were thinking the tuatara. It's a sort of very
Here you go.
prehistoric kind of lizard. Might not have a upward limit to its ability to age.
BBC News: 400-year-old Greenland shark is the longest living vertebrate. Okay,
Okay.
400. That
Yeah.
easily is
Stand
1700s. Okay, and change.
That rattles some cobwebs loose in the old attic there. I have heard that the Greenland shark lives a fantastically long time.
Perfect. You could be a shark. An Indonesian shark.
Greenland shark.
I'm now
An
looking at oldest
Sorry.
.org for oldest sharks in the world.
An Indonesian Greenland shark.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want
You
to.
live that long, you want to see the world.
Yeah.
But there are many people who aren't taken. You could just say, hey folks, my name's Bird's Rocket Ship. First name Birds, surname Rocket Ship. And no one else is named Bird's Rocket Ship, so you can be him.
Yeah, but it's also like, I get what you're saying, but also
The
like,
Greenland shark is a real anomaly. Like, I'm looking at oldest.org, and it gives you the top 10 oldest sharks, right? Or oldest, like, shark species. And number 2 is the whale shark, which is a lifespan of 70 to 100 years. So specifically, you would have to be a Greenland shark.
Greenland shark's way out there. Hard to look at, too.
Yeah.
By, like, a factor of 3 or more, they age, like, longer, or they live longer. Which is crazy.
oh yeah, look at these guys. Oh man, they needed something. Immortal.
Yeah,
pretty good.
they needed to win, the Greenland shark did.
Yeah.
I recognize Greenland sharks because I killed a bunch of them in Dave the Diver.
Oh my god.
For sushi.
What? They cannot taste good. They can't.
I don't know. I mean, like, you know, it's a late game fish, so, you know.
Don't you have to?
I know
like,
they're also not fish.
Yeah, you also can't like. Isn't there something about sharks where you have to ferment them because you can't eat them because they're like.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, like some sort of
Like,
ammonia.
I wasn't the sushi chef. I was the hunter. So.
Okay, well. Anyway, you guys want the second one?
Yeah, let's hit
Yeah.
the second one. And to be clear, I was being pedantic about that first one.
I'm with you though. Yeah.
Speakeasy Password.
There's always
That's the Speakeasy Password.
There's always
ahead.
extra. There's always extra mustard when you shake the bottle. There's always extra mustard when you shake the bottle.
I don't think that's even slightly.
Not always. They gotta
Well,
stop using
Yeah.
the word always.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's
Yeah.
their statement is full of holes. For some reason, it's so devoid of meaning that it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if that was someone's catchphrase, I'd be like, whatever. You know, I don't think I would think about that person ever again. It would just kind of water off a duck's back, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
But
Someone could be
there's
alive.
not extra.
If someone's alive that has that as their truth, then that's just maybe that's great. That's great for them, I guess. I mean, it's not what I've experienced.
Their one truth.
Scientifically
is mustard.
speaking, you don't generate mustard by shaking the bottle. There's a finite amount of mustard in the bottle, and no extra can be obtained by shaking it. It's the same amount that you would get. Only what is put in the mustard bottle can come out of the mustard bottle.
I do feel like we go into these passwords with a lot of bad faith.
Yeah, we're
necessarily.
sort of a hostile witness.
Yeah.
We're certainly dissecting them.
I think I'm fine with it.
here,
I'm not saying that's a fault. I think that's a good thing.
I'm just wondering, like, what it's supposed to mean.
Well,
Also as a enjoyer of mustard, like, I wish that was the case. But like, also shaking mustard bottles is not a superior way to get mustard out of your bottle.
There's several, like, logistically, you gotta shake it. Yeah. You gotta shake that bottle to mix the mustard because it's gonna separate. So that's where the shaking part comes in. And the action that you do to get the last of the mustard out is kind of to spank it.
You slap it hard on the side.
You got to slap that shit.
Angle.
Yeah, you got to slap that shit on the top to get it, like, or I guess you invert it and slap it on the bottom. But like that's how you get the extra mustard out. But again, it isn't extra mustard. It's just the remainder of the mustard.
Yeah.
Can you?
There's never extra mustard unless you add it. As a matter of fact.
Can you say it again? Actually, Matt. Please?
Yeah, I sure can.
Julie needs to hear it again.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. There's always extra mustard when you shake the bottle.
Okay.
Always.
We have to be like, okay, so obviously, literally that's not true, but like metaphorically, is this even good advice to tell somebody? It's not, right? It's still not.
If I had to guess,
I mean, like, what even is the metaphor?
Like, there's always
if I had to guess, I think what they're saying is, if you don't put in that effort to slap the shit out of that near empty mustard bottle, then the last of that mustard's going to go to waste. I think there's better ways to articulate that point, but I think that's the idea.
I think more abstractly, it's just like us as people. Like, there's always more in us. You just have to shake us. So no, but you know what I mean. Like, there's always extra you can put into something, I suppose.
You're never finished. You can always do more.
I like the idea of a sort of like asymptotic mustard where you can always get more if you're prepared to expend an infinite amount of energy. Like, if you've slapped it and stuff like that, but now you've got to take it to like the Large Hadron Collider, and like, if you can put in like a creation of the universe amount of energy into it, more mustard will continue to come out.
I suppose as a general rule, like, you're never going to get all of the mustard that was in that receptacle out.
Yeah.
I ordered mustard from Costco. Not only mustard, but I was just doing a Costco order and I needed mustard. And so I got 2 enormous bottles of mustard that I thought were going to have to be buried with me like an Egyptian fucking pharaoh, because like it was inexhaustible. I did finally get through the last bottle just like last week.
But I actually, when I have like lotion and stuff like that, I'll tilt it and make sure that it all flows into a little bowl. And I used to actually just saw that stuff open with a pair of scissors just to get every last drop. I mean, not mustard, but like, other stuff.
I mean, that's.
I think.
No, I mean, like, since we're getting into talking about like needing the like Hadron Collider and stuff like that, like there will be trace amounts of it left in the plastic, particularly if it's a plastic bottle, because that shit's porous.
Yeah.
And like that's why you can still smell mustard in a cleaned mustard bottle, right? Like, because there's still microscopic traces of it.
We'll never get it.
It's not going to improve the taste of anything at that amount, but
Yeah. Julia strives to get
super pedantic about it.
Julia strives to get all of the usable mustard in the proverbial mustard bottle.
I do.
Yeah.
Because if you do that every time with things that you have, then at the end of your life, you might have saved like a bottle of mustard, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that is what this...
Congratulations, you expended a lot of energy to save $16.
I think that is what this is trying to tell you. That might be why this seems so pointless to you, is that is just already a part of your life.
Yeah, just do that.
I think we should do one more. We can. There's like 4 more, but we can do one more.
Okay.
Do one more. Okay. All right, here we go.
We'll spread them out.
Like mustard.
Yeah, like mustard.
Like mustard. All right. Don't wait for your dog to meow. Don't
Fuck
wait for
that.
your dog to meow.
Okay.
Don't waste time on something that's impossible.
Sure, yeah, or don't expect something that is outside of the nature of the thing that you're expecting.
Don't wait for
your
your
dog could meow, but it won't.
Don't wait for your dog to meow.
It's just put horribly, right? Like, I get it, but it's also put horribly.
Yeah.
That one, I guess of the three, I have to concede it sort of makes the best point. And you could say that to someone and kind of be right, and they'd be annoyed. Hypothetical situation.
Yeah.
I don't feel like...
Yeah, you can't go waiting for your dog to meow.
I don't understand why, if you were talking to someone and you needed to give them that advice, like, you would just give them the advice literally. Like, why would you have to go to, like, dogs and cats? Like, wouldn't you just...
Because some people like to be cryptic.
What if you want to be folksy? What if you want to be folksy?
Folksy or cryptic.
What it's doing is you're annoying the listener. And if you're annoying the listener, they're going to be less receptive to what you actually have to say. So you don't even want to help this person. You're just trying to, I don't even know what.
There's one circumstance where I can think of this being the right thing to say. And that is where you have a friend who, as we all do sometimes, has, gotten lost in the quagmire of their thoughts and is waiting for something impossible to happen or worrying about things that aren't going to happen. And they're beating themselves up about that. They've become the antagonist in their own life. And so you say this to become the new antagonist. They'll hate, they won't have time to waste on sort of a lack of self-compassion because they'll be too angry at you for saying that shit.
You have stolen their ire.
Yeah.
I love it.
Just you've become you've sort of selflessly taken that heat on yourself because they're so angry. Like, now, instead of worrying about that thing, they're really fuming about, don't wait for your dog to, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Such a good friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you a question, though, guys, separately. Of all of these that we've been reading over the last, few months, do they make good passwords at least? Are they actually okay as passwords? In and of themselves, you would never say them. You would never say them to someone because you deserve to get punched.
Unless you were folksy enough for that,
right?
I guess.
But
my assertion is no.
I think
it's a passphrase to begin with, but they're hard to remember. And if they're properly a password, then the person receiving the password would not allow you to not get it all the way through.
I get what you're saying, but the whole point of a passphrase, though, is something that you could say that would be undercover enough that if anyone was listening, they would be like, I have no idea what that means. All right, I'm just going to keep on going with my life.
I think
I think some of these fail in that, and some of them succeed.
I just don't understand why a passphrase is better than a password, because a password I can bury in a sentence that I'm going to make myself that's going to sound more natural, versus a whole passphrase that's going to be multiple words. It's going to be harder to remember, and it won't sound natural to anybody because these all are terrible.
I think it's easier for the staff, honestly. And
to not have to dissect whether a couple of key passwords. Well, I mean, if the entire point is just to be a gimmicky little thing, where it's not a real speakeasy because you're not in the middle of prohibition and shit anyway. Then if it's just a fun little gimmick, absolutely. If you're actually worried that the cops are going to raid the place because you've broken laws about the ownership and consumption of alcohol, then you want something a little that requires a little bit more mental strength from both the person doing the passphrase and also the person receiving the passphrase. And my personal preference for that kind of passcode thing is to work these two words into the same sentence,
Yeah.
So it's like it's unlikely that they're going to like appear together in regular conversation, but you could absolutely formulate a sentence using both of these words in it if you put a little bit of thought into it. And the person listening can just go, oh, that was one of the words, but the other one wasn't there, so I'm not going to assume that this was the thing.
For covert utility, most of these passphrases are pretty bad. If only because they'd be hard to work into casual conversation. So if you were overheard by, the spies for the government, it would be unmistakable as a password. But the other thing is that a covert passphrase, which are used in covert operations, would have a response phrase. So it's not just about what you say, it's about what they say in response. So there'd be a call and response component of it. The idea is that you go up to someone, say the passphrase, they respond with the passphrase. Both could be mistaken for a conversation, but because it's the exact right match, then that's where the information security comes in. In terms of just a useful passphrase for a dumb fake speakeasy, this most recent one that Matt read, "Don't wait for your dog to meow," is it's short enough that you can walk up to someone who's working there and be like, "Don't wait for your dog to meow," and they'll just get you the table. Some of them are way too long. So "Don't wait for your dog to meow" is maybe my favorite in terms of passwords.
I know this is gonna I also understand that there's a certain level of whimsy that's involved here, and the whimsy is a key component to this. Saying something a little ridiculous.
The whole fact that there's a weird little gimmick is like a big deal there.
Yeah. Now I get it. Not everybody loves whimsy. Some people actively hate whimsy. But I understand that it's a kind of a part of this whole deal. Yeah. I didn't find one that made me particularly angry tonight, but we're gonna have like 4 more. Next week.
Episode.
Next episode.
5 more next episode.
That's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Don't wait for your dog to meow was at least like there's enough truth to it to make me annoyed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that the correct passphrase, or did you paraphrase it and would not be able to get into the speakeasy with that?
Don't wait for your dog to meow is the actual one.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
So Alex made it through.
Yep.
It's excellent.
Congratulations, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing, and it was obviously like memorable enough that Alex was able to continue to like say it over the course of this discussion without getting it wrong. I think that's also part of a good password. Is it if it's not something that someone is likely to fuck up and therefore suddenly be unable to do the thing they're supposed to do.
I think what irritated me about "Don't wait for your dog to meow" is that the first 2 just kind of washed over me. The first one I'd heard before, the second one was forgettable, and then the third one is just like some tiny little corner of my brain is going to be thinking about that. Like a little channel of my brain at 1% volume for the rest of my life is going to be like, "Don't wait for your dog to meow."
You may even use it. You may even use it to annoy someone.
I knew it was in there forever. It's like when you're like, you've got a million tabs open and one of them starts making a sound and you're clicking around. It's like, where the fuck is that coming from? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It's been Hundo P watch.
Man, I haven't seen any Hundo P happening in the wild in a long time.
Yeah. We're gone out of favor.
We're gonna Hundo P crush Corvus right now with that boulder though. We just need to find the right combination of words.
Wang Ruby Brooch
Wang
at Corvus. Chorvus.
Chorvers. Oh, I love it.
He's Wang in this game.
Can we do something to make him fall into the fire so his head catches on fire? I'd really, yeah.
Hugging this.
Let's go through our inventory.
I mean, you said it was surprisingly heavy. Okay.
Oh, the
Wire
lock.
cutters.
The lock. That would do it. That spool of wire. We could garrote him for reals.
Yeah, well, I said garrote him, and it didn't work.
But
so.
it's okay. Keep trying everything.
We need handles to garrote him, but we do have probably some things we could use.
Yeah, I mean, you could wrap it around your fingers if you wanted to.
Plier handles and, the side of the lantern or something.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, the brooch looked a little different, but we're gone.
Oh, did
Oh.
Aha, they might be a bit smudged now, but the brooch does have fingerprints on it. Uh-oh. Other scratches on the ruby.
Uh-oh.
Something in my pocket must have scratched it.
But it has a Mohs hardness of 9.
What?
And shouldn't be...
What in my pocket is harder than a ruby?
There's only one thing that's harder than a ruby.
This glass.
That glass.
It's a tungsten button.
Oh, wait.
Yes. 2 colorless minerals, Mohs hardness of greater than 6.5. Indeed. Scratch. Okay, scratch. Ruby with crystals. Well, you're reluctant to potentially damage Nessa's ruby brooch. With a streak test, you reason that it is indeed, if it is a ruby brooch, you wouldn't be damaging it at all.
Because rubies are harder than unglazed porcelain, they would scratch the streak plate, not the other way round. I'll try it in an inconspicuous place at least.
You perform the streak test as carefully as you can, though with this procedure, a rather firm hand is required. The ruby in Nessa's brooch easily scratches the streak plate.
Oh, phew, I guess it's ruby after all.
That answers that question.
When a specimen is harder than a streak plate, which has a Mohs hardness of 7, it is said to no streak or colorless streak. That's a typo. Oh well. Rubies have a Mohs hardness of 9, much harder than streak plates. The only harder gem is diamond, which has a Mohs hardness of 10.
Right. Which, I assume these are that. From my river sample. But can I use these to scratch the ruby?
Mm-hmm. Let's just do some mineralogy while we're in this crisis situation. Sure.
That's a great idea.
Little scratchy chalkboard sounds behind them.
Scratch.
Can I say the music here is awesome?
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
Yeah,
Dan.
I love it.
Dan the band.
Freaking Dan. What a guy.
River samples. Closer expansion to the river sample with the loop reveals nothing new. These hard little minerals will require further study, but you're currently unequipped for that. Scratch. Ruby with river sample.
Oh, yeah.
Streak test, okay.
Get the other way around, I think.
I don't want to do it.
River sample on ruby, I think, is the other way.
Use?
Scratch, I think, is okay. Yeah, scratch.
River sample on ruby. You lightly rub the riverbed sample on the ruby cabochon, promising yourself to take it to a jeweler to polish away all the scratches.
Some of the colorless specimens in the sample from the riverbed have scratched the ruby cabochon.
Uh-oh.
It's quite possible that these are diamonds. Diamonds and crimson! And she shouts behind the boulder.
Gadzooks!
Gadzooks! Egads!
God's hooks! Blunder into the fire.
Ah!
Oh!
Corvu ties you up.
We have to get out of here. Maybe Nancy was followed.
Yes, we do. Any last words, brother dearest?
Not for you.
Don't wait for your dog to meow.
Nessa takes a handful of crushed almonds from the table. Then she stuffs the almonds in Evan's mouth. Yeah.
She all murdered him.
That shit worked fast.
Crumbles to dust.
Nessa, what have you done? I should have done that a long time ago. Goodbye, Nancy.
Corvu takes the lantern and follows Nessa out of the cavern. You're left in darkness, listening to Mr. Richards gasp his last breaths.
I'm sorry, Mr. Richards.
All you can do is wait. It feels like an eternity. And then...
Footsteps.
Okay, before I continue onward...
Yeah.
Was there another solution to this?
Certainly.
Am I going to go back and, like, beat my head against something?
Certainly.
Okay.
Certainly there was.
Yeah, because I did that just, like, assuming it was just going to kill me and not, like, continue forward and, like, finish the game just with a failure state.
I'm in here. Help.
So let's get as far as whenever I get control
that's
back,
gonna
and then we're
be-
gonna load our save
It's
game.
gonna be super. This is we're getting into an ending sequence, and there will be an opportunity to save / load. Yeah, if we can get there. Yeah, we can get there.
Nancy, is that you? Mr. Richards?
Ranger Murdoch.
Ha 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 ha. Nancy,
Mr. Richards is dead.
let's get you out of here.
From a game design perspective, this was a very mean thing for me to do.
Right.
Because it's so easy to get this ending, right?
Right, yeah, I assumed. Like, I expected that there was going to be... But I thought this was just going to lead to, like, actually, honestly, like, having some bad ends, quote-unquote, is not a bad thing at all. I mean, like, it would have felt worse if I had, like, if I, like, had my save game and was unable to do anything about this. I still kind of feel a little shitty that I wasn't able, that, like, a bug caused us to lose our save immediately before we went in here and couldn't go back and get that crystal that we were looking for. But whatever, like, as long as that's not going to, like, prevent me from getting the good ending, that's fine. Right. So anyway, Rupert Murdoch takes out a pocket knife and saws through the ropes that are binding you.
Thanks.
His first name is Ranger. Ranger Murdoch.
Exactly. Corvus got away and so did Nessa. I'm sorry, I failed. Yeah, this is bad because so I guess in a bid to get the player to be like, oh, I won't have this, and then when they get to a part they can restore it at, they'll restore and try again or something. But yeah, this is just leading you to like bad, not ideal ending. You could still get a good ending from this part actually though, so it's not a big deal.
Well, I mean, I can't even hit the escape button to like open the menu.
No, there's not.
Yeah, so I gotta watch this play out.
Yeah, so you gotta play it out.
The Gnatmobile is parked down the hill. And there are more rangers waiting for us at the train station.
How did everyone get here so quickly?
Well, it wasn't quick, actually.
Nathan fired up the Nat signal.
I'm not actually a forest ranger. You see, I'm a member of the Northwestern Mounted Police. We've been on the trail of a German spy and saboteur who was rumored to be in this area. We believe he is responsible for the bombing of the bridge west of Crimson.
Albert Respa, I mean Carl L.
A man known to us as Carl Leffler. You revealed him, Nancy. Well done. Not only that, you tipped us off to what his next target would be.
The Sioux Locks.
Right again. As you know, Canada declared war on Germany a few weeks ago, as you know. It appears operatives directed by the German Foreign Office have undertaken a campaign here in Canada to delay military aid to Europe.
This is true, by the way.
By targeting transportation links such as railways, bridges, and canals. Sorry. We strongly suspect that Carl L., a man known as Carl Leffler, is one of those operatives. He has been apprehended at the Sioux Locks while setting up explosive charges. And thanks to your impeccable detective work, Mr. Leffler will surely be brought to justice.
Justice.
Gee.
Let's go.
Smell you later.
Wow. We're just gonna leave Evan there.
Let's bomb the doors shut.
I mean, he's 6 feet underground, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Chapter 7. Conclusions.
Conclusions.
Conclusions. The train station is a flurry of activity. Rangers are milling all around, consulting with each other in whispered conversations. Inside, you can hear the non-stop whir and tick of the telegraph machine. The ranger in charge looks up and acknowledges Rupert Murdoch with a nod.
New voice.
The man I wanted to see. Thanks to the intelligence you provided, we were able to alert authorities in Sault Ste. Marie about the impending sabotage attempt on the Sioux locks. They were ready and waiting, and caught the man red-handed, with luggage full of dynamite and blasting caps. Not to mention a 9mm Luger in the glove box. Imagine his surprise when they called him by his real name, Karl Leffler, a.k.a. Albert Resper, German spy and saboteur. I would have loved to see the look on his face. All in all, some mighty fine work, Ranger Murdoch. A crisis has been averted. As much as I'd like to take credit for it, Nancy Maple here is the one you ought to be thanking. She single-handedly figured it out. All I did was pass along the information.
Funnily enough, this might be one of the least realistic parts of the game.
Well then, my thanks to you, Nancy Maple. You are a Canadian hero.
Real Canadian hero.
I was thinking like heritage moment, Nancy Maple. Thanks.
Oh, I'll warn you. You might have been an unsung hero at that. I have a feeling the Canadian government won't want to reveal just how vulnerable we were tonight. Could undermine the public's confidence at a crucial turning point for our country.
Oh, I don't mind at all, as long as things worked out for the best.
They did, Nancy, truly. Thank you for your service.
Now, what have you got here?
We've just come from the old abandoned garnet mine.
A busy night.
Yes, indeed. Please dispatch some crime scene investigators to the lodge so we can build a strong case.
Roger that.
I'm heading back to Toronto now. I need to meet with some higher-ups immediately. The Northwest Mounted Police has commandeered a train to the city. I've been told you call Toronto home, Miss Maple. Will you join me?
I'm exhausted. I don't think I'm up for much traveling tonight, and I'm not ready to leave Crimson just yet.
Suit yourself. I'll need to take your statement for the report, but that can wait a day or two.
Thank you. I'll need a bit of time to get my thoughts in order.
And to restore my game. Of course. There's going to be a ton of paperwork to do for this old caper. I'll be trapped behind a desk for weeks. Do send word when you're returning. I'll pick you up from the Union Station and escort you straight to the police station.
Will do. Thanks, Ranger Murdoch.
Nathan drives you and Hack back to the lodge. Margot's death feels like it happened weeks ago, and your arrival in Crimson feels like it happened months ago.
It did for us.
And it feels like years ago when you spoke to your boss, Professor Plummer. I don't think it's been a full year yet.
Oh, my boss, my fieldwork. What am I going to tell him?
Despite the excitement of the evening, you find yourself nodding off, only to be jolted awake when Nathan's automobile hits an uneven stretch of road, flinging you off into those bushes.
Your
because
neck
you do not
hitting
have
a tree.
seatbelt. Dying, crumpled like a camp counselor in a Friday the 13th movie.
Wow, this is a bad ending.
Eventually, not even the bumpy road can rouse you.
Nancy, you awake? We're back. Whoa. Wake up.
Once Jack has roused you from your deep slumber, you make your way upstairs as quietly as possible, lest you wake Kimi, who turns out to be a serial murderer.
Known as the Cormorant.
What a night. I've never been so exhausted.
The core murder ant.
Oh.
Cormorant.
You climb into bed and are eager to fall asleep.
Oh, man.
But as your gaze falls onto the ransacked curio cabinet, you realize there are a few things you may want to bring up with the other inhabitants of the lodge tomorrow morning, including the upper decker that you left before you went on the ride. I'd better.
I'd better make some new notes on fresh paper to remind myself. What's up?
Yeah, excellent. Oh no, you were just I couldn't.
Oh dear. Sorry.
It's fine.
Or I could
No, it's
just
fine.
Okay.
decide to go to sleep if I wish.
Or I could decide to restore my game. Maybe.
You're not going to save it here. It works. Of course it works. Why wouldn't it work?
Well, we're gonna go back to a different ending, so I guess we can say,
Just in case.
you know what? Let's.
Just
it's a good
because you don't want to go,
chance.
just
Save. Bad-ish
Daddish.
ending. Badish. Restore. Okay. Gadzooks!
Okay, how are we going to kill them all?
Okay, let's look at our inventory here.
I mean, hammer to the back of the head.
Yeah.
I know, but he catches us before we step out, so that's a problem. Or when we step out, I should say.
Use the key on the rock. No, don't. That's the stupidest thing I've ever said. Oh.
I tried to whang the brooch at him already. What? Go ahead.
There must be a way to collapse this cave on all of us.
Oh, just kill everybody.
Yeah.
Kill us and
like
the
it.
mystery.
I like your moxie. Hammer. Support beams. That doesn't seem to work. Topple support beams.
I know it's got something to do with that wheelbarrow. I just know it.
Doesn't accomplish anything.
Can you go through the top door?
Wheelbarrow has a broken handle and is filled with huge, heavy rocks. The front brace still looks intact, but this wheelbarrow isn't going anywhere.
Oh, fair.
Is there any situation where an immobile wheelbarrow could be useful?
Mmm.
Yeah.
It's an excellent
Yeah,
question.
can you just do that?
What?
Yeah. What was that?
Just Nancy dying.
Between a rock and a hard place, you're stuck behind a wall of rubble. No one can hear your cries for help.
I was expecting, like, just just one of these cave-in doors to be like fire and lasers and swinging axes.
Yeah, there's something we can do with that wheelbarrow. I just know it in my bones.
You know, I didn't think I would ever suggest this, but maybe the time has come to make a deal with the Babadook.
Call Babadook. This is like the finale, so this would be the time.
I've arrived!
Enter pact with Babadook.
Enter pact. Oh.
It's
You
carefully
want me
worded.
to kill these guys for you? I'll do it.
It was well worded there because it says we can't use the pact in this game. That doesn't mean the pact didn't work.
All right. Do we
We
have?
have entered the pact. We just have, we're just prepping for Nancy Maple 2, The Adventures of the Babadook.
Do we have any methane gas?
I mean, everybody does a little bit.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying now.
Beans. Can't use beans in this game. Eat diamonds. Very appetizing. That's fine.
What's interesting that
Throw.
oh,
And fire. That's a good idea in this instance. Throw. Brooch. That's a good idea in this instance. Okay. It's just a good idea in this instance. Okay. I think you use the brooch as like a distraction tactic, but look at Nessa. Nessa is angrily waving a document in Mr. Richards' face.
Do we have any suitable, like, projectile of any sort in our inventory?
I mean, I've been treating the ruby brooch about like that, but there might be something better. Well, the fire is a welcome source of light. It's flickering, and the long shadows it casts lends an air of menace to the scene.
Okay.
Oh,
So
throw bullet into fire.
now you're talking
That's a good idea in
trash.
this instance.
It would make a scary sound for sure.
Yeah, startle the shit out of them.
So it says that like when she came in before, she noticed that Corvus was keeping watch. Is there something we can do to distract this motherfucker?
I mean, that's kind of what I was trying to do, chucking the ruby brooch around, but
We got lots of
Let's
rocks.
see.
Throw a rock. Throw a
many rocks.
they actually said also coming in that there's lots of rocks just littering the floor of the cavern.
Oh my god.
Get rock.
Oh
You
yeah.
pick up a plain rock from the floor.
A nice plain rock.
Throw.
Wait.
Yeah?
We want him to go away from the fire, right? So
Yeah.
throw it either in the door we came through or in the middle one that'll crush him.
Plain rock down the passage.
Oh no, he's gonna get fucked.
What was that? Someone coming from the middle passage?
Julia,
oh, did you not hear me? Oh, I think
you
sometimes
didn't.
if I speak at a different tone, like it just thinks I'm noise, like a background noise.
Right, yeah.
Oh dear, what was that?
All right, you've read the line.
Someone coming from
Yeah.
the middle passage. Yeah.
I thought I heard something too. I'll take a look.
Corvu, no!
Oh shit!
Corvus, what have you done, you oaf?
I'm fucking dead! Holy
Either
shit!
Corvu is inaudible behind the pile of ruble.
Holy
or
okay.
unable to reply.
Did we just murder him?
Well, here's the thing.
No.
Like when we went down that passage, it said we were trapped behind a rubble wall. It doesn't say we got crushed.
Okay.
And also, at worst, we manslaughtered him.
Yeah, Corvus came down here on purpose to, like, extort and murder a guy.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
I mean, all we did was throw a rock down a passage. He went into the passage, and there happens to we couldn't cause a fucking rock slide.
Also, we reloaded. Nancy, the person, doesn't know that was a death trap because she didn't die in it.
Yeah,
That's true.
also true.
I didn't expect that to happen. I just wanted to create a distraction, see? Corvus?
Oh shit.
Let's see if I can free Mr. Richards while Nessa's preoccupied.
And then we feed him the almonds.
2 against 1 sounds like better odds. Maybe we can turn the tables on her until Jack arrives with help. You'd better be digging as hard as I am, Corvus. You always mess things up.
Scolding a flattened corpse.
Nessa continues to paw ineffectually through the rubble while chastising Corvus.
Oh yeah, save.
Yeah.
I'm fucking in now.
Fucking in.
Now we can feed the almonds to
hammer.
Evan, and we can kill him.
It's just a true mystery. We were always on the side of mystery. Now no one knows what happened.
Nancy?
Oh shit. Confrontation.
What are you doing here? You just don't know when to quit, do you? When I get over there, you'll wish you'd never meddled.
What is this old woman gonna do?
Brain Nessa with hammer.
I've got you, dearie.
Nessa
Oh,
pulls a
shit.
knife out of her skirt pocket.
Oh.
Nessa ties you up tightly with a length of rope and sits you down beside her brother. Okay, I'm
Fuck.
sure the rest of this will just kind of...
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so the rest of this is just going to...
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking in.
Because we've seen the rest
Yeah,
of that. Okay.
In some future game, Julia, I would love it if we could just karate chop a couple people unconscious.
The front brace still looks intact, but this wheelbarrow isn't going anywhere.
Mobile wheelbarrow could be useful. Any situation where it could be. Don't know.
Hey, I got a question. What if we get tied up? Can we go over and throw the almonds into the cavern so she can't
Or just eat them all.
Oh, even better. Let's do it.
Sorry, what?
Let's fuck up the almonds. So if we get tied up, she can't kill Evan.
Well, she caught us when we passed near Evan.
Right?
Like, we didn't get to the almonds.
But that's a good point, Matt. Actually, you can do that if you just type the thing. So I don't want to lead you off from because you literally can do that, which is fascinating.
Oh, really?
Came up with it. Yeah.
Oh, can I destroy almonds?
Well, you can like.
Eat them.
Get almonds?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So I have to...
Oh yeah!
As opposed
She
to-
fucking hucked them into the cave. We could have just eaten them. It'd be fine.
You take the crushed Jordan almonds from the tabletop and throw them over the edge into the darkness.
I won't let these endanger Mr. Richards' life. Now, if you didn't know that he's allergic to them, she won't do that because she's like, "Why? I don't know why I'd want to do that."
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Nancy.
Oh, does she just stab him this time?
Well, do you want to see what happens? Because it is different.
I kind of
we will, yeah.
kind of want to know. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'll watch.
I
the
mean-
sort of bad parts of the ending.
Got
play
you,
out.
dearie.
Can't we just fight this bitch?
Fight back. Yeah.
I-
I've got a trowel and a hammer.
Yeah, I like Nancy's chances with her little hammer against that knife.
And trowel. I can use both.
You
hands.
think you're clever,
Dual
girl?
wield.
You think you've saved my dear brother by throwing away the crushed Jordan almonds? You've just doomed the both of you to a slow, agonizing death. I don't need Evan's real signature to get Crimson Lodge in its lands. It was merely a formality. A certain nosy, want-to-be sleuth is now tied up in a forgotten, abandoned mine. So thank you, Nancy. You are a loose end that could have caused me no end of trouble. I can forge Evan's signature easily enough. Who will the courts believe? My word, with an official-looking signed document? Or Nathan Cardinal's? I'm not about to wait for any of your friends to show up.
Nessa picks up the lantern and gives you and Evan one last look.
Goodbye. Enjoy slowly starving to death.
I will.
I realize
Thank you.
when I go too high in the voice, it cancels me out. So she now has a voice change.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know.
Yeah, weird.
So, Nancy, know any good jokes?
Why didn't Nessa kill us with her knife?
I was wondering the same thing.
I don't know. Why didn't Nessa kill us with her knife?
Oh, like a joke.
Mr. Richards, I'm being serious.
Oh,
To
she
get
doesn't
to
have
the other side.
Yeah, she doesn't have the stomach for physical violence. Sight of blood makes her faint.
We could have used that in the fight just now.
You didn't see her threatening me with that knife, did you?
I wish you'd told me that while she was tying me up.
We could have cut our own hand and sprayed it in her face and won the fight.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Pocket sand, but with blood. Tell Evan that help may arrive at any time, though you have your doubts. Could Jack find you in the darkness? He'd have to wait for someone to bring another lantern. I thought Jack
That's
had
true.
another
That's
lantern.
an incontinuity
Evan-
error.
Okay. Evan regales you with stories from Crimson back when he was a boy. You're happy for the distraction. His voice gets huskier as the hours pass. Eventually, he resorts to quietly humming snatches of old folk tunes. You join in when you know the song. It's a nice way to pass the time.
Oh, do you hear that?
Not us.
Not us.
I'm just going to assume Julia's saying
Oh,
lies.
yeah, sorry. Oh, no. We're in here. Help. Why, Discord? Why? Skype never gave me this problem. Skype.
I know. Nancy, is that you? Mr. Richards.
I mean, we could theoretically use Teams, but I really don't want to.
You've not been almonded this time.
Ranger Murdoch.
Hey,
Wait a minute. Why is Evan untied
I know.
and
That's
standing
weird,
up
man.
now?
What the heck? That's gotten fixed, probably.
He
Nancy.
just untied himself. He was just enjoying my company. So.
He didn't try to stand up before, but he was so surprised to see these people walk in that he just realized he was never tied up.
Just snapped the ropes. Ranger Murdoch takes out a pocket knife and saws through the ropes that are binding you and Mr. Richards.
Thanks.
Okay, so, yeah, thanks.
Oh, Corvus is trapped behind the rubble in the middle passageway. We should probably get him out. So now we also have Corvus too.
Oh, he's super dead. Don't worry about him.
So is that the best way we could have done that?
No.
No?
Yeah, I was assuming there was a better thing that we could do here.
So we
You eventually clear the rebel and free Corvu. He's a bit worse for wear, but only has minor injuries. Raybert's Murdoch.
Whoa! You see
Tough
there. Let's get out of here. Oh my god. Okay, I don't want to see the rest of this because I assume from this point on it'll be very
Yeah, very
much the same
similar,
from
except
the-
like there's a
yeah,
scene.
Cool that we can save Evan, though.
Yeah, we saved Evan. He's going to be at the
Yeah,
kitchen
some
table
Evan's
for breakfast after we finish this bedtime scene. But anyway, never you mind.
Way less sad. So
Way
much
less
less
sad.
sad.
So how can we let's just go up and kill Nessa right now. Beat Nessa with rock.
Oh my god.
Cheap little effect. What do you mean?
We're not murderers,
We're not.
even though we just tried to kill Corvu.
Well, we didn't know.
we never
didn't
did.
know.
We tried to distract him. Yeah.
Stomp Nessa's scheming ass.
So okay, so if we can
Destroy
do
Nessa.
one thing, so we could free Evan. Because we can type one thing before she discovers us. Oh, see, I don't like that at all. We were able to deal with the almonds from across the screen, but not
no.
free Evan.
You gotta move a bit closer.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit
All right,
closer.
get a little closer.
Oh, can we like type sneak or something?
Try that. No, well, I mean, you could get the lantern now. Maybe.
Get lantern.
Maybe.
Get lantern.
Maybe be close enough now. I don't remember. Here we go.
What would we do with it? Slap her with it?
Nancy, what are you doing here? You just don't know when to quit, do you? When I get over there, you'll wish you'd never meddled. Oh, stop! Come any closer.
Well, okay, but what would that?
And I'll throw this
Whoa.
lantern over the edge.
Ballsy.
Well, why would that matter?
You need a light just as much as we
you-
do. No one can leave this cavern without it. Jack will be along shortly.
Can't leave.
It's over, Nessa. You can try getting away, but my dear little brother certainly can't. Don't come any closer.
Holy shit.
Stay where you are. You're trying to tell me what to do? How dare you? Why did you ever set foot in Crimson? Why?
Because I'm a rock nerd.
Because work said I had to.
If it hadn't been for you...
Nessa is so overwrought she can barely speak. Nessa stamps her foot angrily.
You!
She's gonna rumble Stiltskin
yeah,
herself.
We haven't seen that
Oh
face before.
shit.
You're ruining everything! Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
you're
shit.
ruining everything.
Alright.
I don't know if that canceled me out or what.
Oh, she really is gonna rumble Stiltskin
Nope,
herself.
we heard it.
No, we heard it.
All of my planning, all that I've done, undone by you, you meddlesome little slip of a girl. Nessa,
Nessa.
be careful. Don't tell me what to do. How dare you?
Whoa.
Pulls a knife out of her skirt pocket.
You'll never leave here alive.
Holy shit.
Watch out. I said, don't tell me what to do. Oh no.
The whole mine gives a great shudder, and part of the floor gives way.
Nancy!
Nancy!
Oh, yeah!
Nessa clings desperately to the edge of the now yawning chasm, which has already swallowed her knife.
Ah!
Ah.
Ah!
Just,
Nessa,
Stomp fingers.
oh, yeah.
do you hear me? Do you think you've won? Dumb luck is all it is. Nessa! I won't stop until Crimson is a hole in the ground and I'm wealthy as a sultan.
That is some deep down crazy.
Fool! What happens to nice girls, do you think? You're a doormat, and I wouldn't even bother wiping my shoes on you.
Oh, you just
Oh, Nessa, do be quiet for once.
Man, we could have just pushed her little face down the. We would have
Could
been
have,
fine.
but I'm assuming this gets us the better ending because she will be brought to justice
Probably.
and not like vigilante.
But the
Trample
ultimate
fingers.
justice.
Nessa gasps for breath, recovering from her near-death experience.
You're stronger than you look. Thanks? I wonder if I could safely secure Nessa. I need to find something before I start standing up, or else she might run off.
Okay.
Tie Nessa with wire.
Oh.
Okay.
I guess Garot Nessa.
Turn wheelbarrow over on Nessa. Doesn't need to work. Am I in the right area? Is this what I do with the wheelbarrow?
It requires something with the wheelbarrow, yes.
Okay. Full wheelbarrow.
Yes, you can't move it.
Broken handle is filled with
It's
utility
too
Do
heavy.
we only?
We didn't find like handcuffs, did we?
Let's. We.
Try Nessa to wheelbarrow.
We did get something that we could use to secure her. That doesn't make as much sense as a rope.
We have.
Heap?
What do we got? Do.
Didn't like the
We got
wire.
the hair. We've
It
got
didn't
the
like the wire,
tape.
no.
We've got the mug.
The lanyard on our loop.
We've got the litter box. The telegraph tape ain't gonna do that. Got the padlock.
Yeah, but what are we gonna lock her with?
We don't have any chain, do we?
No.
This is the puzzle that the the interviewers.
This is the
We're like-
puzzle of
Yeah,
note?
where they're like, and I'm like, yeah, you're right.
I see.
So it's a little bit obscure. Oh, maybe more than a little bit.
That's fine. We'll think about it.
I mean, someone's already kind of suggested the right avenue.
The mug.
Tape
The
it.
blue mug. It's the blue mug.
Is it
Repeat the things that you've said.
is it taping her up?
Oh, I know.
I said that. I said the padlock. I said the blue mug.
Wheelbarrow?
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You hooked Nelson's belt loop.
Ah!
Padlock, but can't she just undo her belt?
The belt loop, the part that's the actual.
That's a
loop
perma
part,
belt.
like on a skirt.
Oh, the loop in the skirt. I see. I mean, probably tear
She could, like,
that
take
too,
off
but,
her skirt
Yeah, I guess
and
we're
etc.,
watching
yeah.
her. So
And she would
you
never
hook
do
Nessa's
that.
belt loop with the open padlock
Yeah,
and
she
close the padlock firmly around the front brace of the wheelbarrow.
What do you think you're doing?
The little cringe animation. Nessa struggles to get up, but the wheelbarrow is too heavy and resists her attempts. Nessa screeches in frustration.
I made that sound up in beatbox.
Nice. It works. It worked out well.
Well, now that's over with. Come help me out of these ropes, Nancy.
Now we feed him the almonds.
Right.
Yeah, we feed them. Yeah. That's chaos. That's anarchy.
You managed to untie Mr. Richards. Now that you have all the time in the world.
Thanks, Nancy. I guess we should try and find our way out of here, huh?
Yes, I think I know the way.
Gently push the wheelbarrow into the abyss.
Hey, sis. Looks like you could use some cooling off. We'll come back for you. Maybe.
Sputter. Wait, did you hear that?
You can definitely hear footsteps approaching. They got here much
This time-
faster this time.
We're in here. Help!
Nancy? Is that you? Mr. Richards?
Ranger Murdoch.
Nancy!
Nathan's eyes widen slightly as his gaze settles on Nessa, sulking by the wheelbarrow.
I padlock Nessa to that wheelbarrow.
Oh. I suppose we should deal with that. He just kicks her over the edge.
Gross! Kicks her over.
Ranger Murdoch kneels down and cuffs Nessa's hands together. He then cuts Nessa's belt loop with a pocket knife.
Oh, Corvus is trapped behind... Oh, wait, I'm not... Oh, wait, there we go. Oh, Corvus is trapped behind that rubble in the middle passageway. We should probably get him out.
This time, weirdly, he is a flattened corpse.
Wow, he really took the circuitous route to get there. Working together, you eventually clear the rebel and free Corvu. He's a bit worse for wear, but has only minor injuries. Ranger Murdoch cuffs Corvu just in case.
Minor injuries, because we're in a mine.
Oh!
Nice!
Let's get out of here. Good idea.
I didn't mean.
Ranger Murdoch leads the way out of the mine.
I didn't make Evan laugh maniacally on purpose, I'm saying.
You feel incredibly relieved to be out of the mine. It feels like a great weight has been lifted off your shoulders.
The automobiles parked down the hill. A lot more people this time.
So many alive people.
And there are more rangers waiting for us at the train station.
Yeah. Almost 100% more people.
How'd everyone get here so quickly?
75% more.
Everyone got here so quickly. How?
Well, that wasn't quick, actually. I'm not actually a forest ranger. I am a member of the Northwestern Mounted Police and a superhero.
I can run at the speed of light.
We've been on the trail of a German spy and a saboteur who was rumored to be in this area. We believe he is responsible for the bombing of the bridge west of Crimson.
Oh, Albert Respa. Yeah,
I'm just going to
yeah,
skip
it's fine.
through most of this because I believe the dialogue's going to be the same.
It is.
Carl,
A girl on Hinge, her prompt answer to "Don't hate me if" was "if I walk at the speed of light," and I replied that I wouldn't be able to hate her because I'd be dead, because she would cause a second and far less explicable Halifax explosion.
Oh. You'll be hearing from my lawyer.
I bet.
I missed some dialogue there.
Not right.
Not me, that's for certain.
But
Let's go. Okay, Nessa, you don't get to escape just by going slower than everyone.
I'm old and cuffed and oh wow, my thing is, yeah, I can see that. I'm watching my green frame like a hawk. I'm old and cuffed. I can't go that fast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, Ranger in
Ba-ba-da.
charge. Suit
What have we here?
Much
What
as
have
I've
we
been
here?
in it,
No.
Nancy's the best. Oh,
thank you.
Canadian here.
Real Canadian hero.
As much as I'd like to take credit, it was this dangerously precocious youth.
I'm feeling Canadian government.
Yeah, don't mind at all.
Nancy.
Thank
Nancy.
you.
Now, what have you got here?
Oh dear.
This is Miss Nessa Crab. She kidnapped her own brother, if you can believe it, and I can. She could have done worse and gotten away with it too.
Should have done worse.
Except Miss Maple
He
here,
wants the other timeline.
who was able to
It's
detain
less
her
paperwork.
by padlocking her to a wheelbarrow of all things. A rather resourceful and ingenious move, if I may say so.
And I may.
Oh, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I really like how a couple people complained about the padlock puzzle, but Murdoch calls it out as ingenious here. It's very good.
I'd go through it all again just to get to see the look on your face now.
Including your murdered wife, bro?
That's true. That's probably, yeah. I change a few
Doesn't
things
need
there,
that
Evan.
part.
You sure about that, dog?
Miss Crab is also suspected of the murder of a young woman. And Mr. Corvu Shaw is her suspected accomplice. They have a lot to answer for.
A busy night.
Time for some street justice. Yes, indeed.
They just get the shit kicked out of them by Mounties.
All the Mounties form a giant red Voltron.
I'm heading
Toronto.
I'm exhausted.
Suit yourself.
I've got thoughts in order. To take my shoes off and get
I'll
into
pick you-
bed. Yeah.
Nancy.
Oh, sorry,
There-
Nancy.
there-
You want some hot toddy?
Right.
Check is ready for your deep slumber.
Can you put
Exhausted,
one of your
goodness.
pillows over Kimmy's face? Just gently.
Just
Not enough-
one more
not-
murder.
Not enough to murder her. Just so she wakes up in a panic and you go, ha ha, and then go to bed.
That is
I
how it
was
works,
gonna
though.
Say, like, you know, if she wanted to murder someone just to see what it feels like she could absolutely pin that on Corvus and Nessa.
Oh my god, now's the time.
Also, if you save a life, you get to take a life. That's just how it works.
You gotta keep it balanced.
Them's the rules.
Doop-de-doop-de-doo, taking off my shoes. Climb into bed and are eager to fall asleep.
Oh, relatable.
But as your
Gaze.
gaze falls onto the ransacked curio cabinet, you realize that there are a few things you may want to bring up with the other inhabitants of the lodge tomorrow morning.
Better get make some first notes on new paper to remind myself. Or I could just decide to go to sleep, if I wish. That was good. We did good.
I have a
Yay!
Ending.
terrible question to ask. Did we scratch the ruby in this
We can do
timeline?
it now.
River sample on Ruby.
Robu.
Ruby.
Already scratched Nessa's Ruby. Sample you. Okay.
Oh, thank you for confirming that.
I forgot to turn all that off, and I'm like, I don't need to. People can just do whatever they need to do, catch up, you know?
Finish any extra things
Did
that they need to do.
Did Margot have an accomplice in the ruby brooch theft? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I suspect someone helped Margot hide the ruby brooch effectively.
Who was the accomplice for the Ruby brooch theft? That would be Yak.
Schwaks.
I'm certain of that. Jack
Schwocks.
admitted to helping Margot hide the brooch. His fingerprint was on it, clear as day. I found the brooch in Margot's walk-in closet, pinned under a hat. After
Oh.
Ness and Corvus had already thoroughly searched there, including the hats. Margot was already dead by then. Jack hid the brooch there after Nessa and Corvus were finished searching that room. He admitted as much to me when I confronted him about finding his fingerprint on the brooch. Now, about that curio cabinet.
Sold a pair of antique silver steins. I believe that was Margot, yeah?
It was me.
There's Margot, very good. Yeah. Oh, did we even find out about that? Okay, Margot's fingerprint was the only one I lifted from the smashed curio cabinet.
Sorry, what did you
Oh,
say?
no, it'll come up next, don't worry. I'm good. Plus, she admitted to taking
Yeah,
the
she
antique silver wedding steins. That's all pretty clear cut.
Yeah, because she didn't want them to be taken away.
But she mentioned having help. Who helped with the steins? Did we figure this out on our playthrough? I don't remember if we did. Did we? Oh, we did, didn't we?
It was Jack, yeah? Or
It was not. We did. We talked to
Nathan?
in the study. Remember, we had that conversation. Yeah,
It happened so long ago.
I know. Nathan admitted, yeah, we got that conversation, to helping Margot hide the antique silver wedding steins. But he's doing it for the right reasons. I promised I wouldn't tell, and I won't.
Who's the imposter at Crimson Lodge? Albert.
Right. His geology and mineralogy books looked brand new because he'd never once consulted them. They were part of his disguise. That explains why he was examining that glacial erratic. He had no idea that it wouldn't be a good indicator of the geology in the area. The report Albert wrote for Nessa demonstrated no knowledge of proper field report procedures nor appropriate use of mineralogical terminology. He was definitely not a mineralogical expert. I wonder if he was even Belgian.
You don't have to wonder. You know.
What was Kimi's true goal?
What was it?
Just birding? Am I wrong?
To steal all cormorants.
Indeed, what? Think you might get onto something there, Luke.
Just to see birds, right?
Yeah, cormorants.
Cormorants.
After everything I've witnessed, I'm pretty certain that Kimmy is just a keen birder who probably had the worst vacation of her life.
That's right, right? Like,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Everything
Okay.
and anything can look
Something-
suspicious if you're looking for suspicious activity.
are Evan Richards and Nathan Cardinal friends or enemies? Friends, of course.
Frenemies.
This is like a test in school.
It is a test, yeah.
They're
It's like reading comprehension after like
It
reading a
is.
book.
Their
yeah.
conversation in the conservatory indicates that they were similarly aligned when it comes to the fate of the Lodging Lands. They met up in that study after that first dinner. It was hard to tell if they were friendly then. But I did see them shake hands. They respect each other. Margot entrusted the antique silver wedding stones to Nathan. She trusted him. And Nathan is risking Nessa coming after him for those valuable antiques. Nathan was out late at night with Jack, and they were both helping Mr. Richards. I heard them talking about that. I recovered a sample of clear crystals from the salt at the lodge that didn't dissolve in water. I'm pretty sure that's what Nathan and Jack were trying to hide. Judging from the conversation I overheard in the carriage house, Nathan, Jack, and Mr. Richards were working together to deal with Albert. Nathan and Albert had a clandestine meeting in the boathouse. Nathan had paid Albert for a mineralogical report that concluded that Lodging Lands didn't contain diamonds. Nathan wasn't concerned about the truth, he just wanted to protect Crimson from being a mining town again. And Nathan helped me and Jack rescue Mr. Richards tonight. He risked losing his Indian status by revealing himself to Ranger Murdoch after having snuck off the reservation. He's a true friend. Mr. Richards is lucky to have him.
Can I just point out how fucked up that is?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's our national history and just sort of the fucked up one of the many fucked up things about Canada that you don't learn very much about. But holy shit, like, you know, just coming to visit a friend off of the reservation and you can be like branded a non-Indian.
Yeah, you had to get permission
you know?
every time.
Or like have your
Yeah.
And like having to have permission to fucking like travel around when like in the lands that have been fucking colonized by British settlers from around the world.
So like truly,
That's crazy.
Truly, thank you for putting this in here. You didn't have to do that.
Well,
It's pretty great.
it was my pleasure to, and like I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I did hire an Indigenous cultural sensitivity consultant,
You did?
Sonia Ballantyne, who was Swampy Cree, and she gave me a ton of this really good information and background that I think like totally helped the story in so many ways. And this was one of them.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, that's good shit.
It's important history to know, and something I'll be honest, I didn't know that it was that bad. Like as far as the like lose Indian status by being caught off the
Yeah, it
reservation.
used to be even like if you went to university,
That
if
was
you went
new
to
to me.
university, you could lose your status, like which is nuts, right? Like you could just get an education. Oh well, yeah, well you now don't, and also for, if women married like a white guy, then they lost the Indian status, I think. But if men were to marry a white woman, I think he would still keep his or something. It's weird. It's weird.
Strange. Weird, fucked up ways that people subjugate each other. Alright, he's a true friend. Mr. Richards like to have him. Oh, what did I do? Oh, okay. I hit the backslash. What were Jack and Nathan trying to conceal?
Their penises. Diamonds.
Their penises. That's why they wear pants.
They
That's
are
what everybody does.
literally true.
It,
Everyone's going around hiding their junk from one another.
It is possible after all, but so far it's only a hunch based on samples I've gathered. I'll need to verify my hypothesis when I get back to the museum. I did see Jack and Nathan gathering something shiny from the riverbank. And I recovered this odd salt sample that didn't dissolve in water. These could be diamonds.
Where did Jack conceal the suspected diamonds? In the salt, right?
You can just say like one word. You can just say, should say smokehouse or salt or whatever.
Alright.
I think that should work. I did recover these clear crystals from the bag of salt, if these really are diamonds. The bag of rock salt in the smokehouse would have been the perfect hiding place. Who would guess?
The next person who tried
Somebody
to.
wanted to like salt
Yeah,
their
true.
meat.
I was just gonna say.
Were Margot and Jack having an affair? No.
I'm quite sure Margot and Jack were just friends.
Very good friends, to the point where he was helping her with, what was it, syphilis or
medication,
something?
yeah.
But, you know. Yeah.
He explained the meaning of their secret boudoir meeting. He was helping her inject her medicine. Jack was a good friend to Margot and nothing more. He told me so, and I believe him. What's more, the evidence I found backs him up. I found his fingerprints on Margot's medicine kit.
What item suggests Nessa came to the lodge intending to threaten or harm Evan?
The almonds.
I mean, there's also like the counterfeit will and stuff like that, but is the will a better answer?
No, you
Julia?
had it. There's no. So you threaten him with the almonds. You don't really threaten him with the will. You're asking him to sign the will.
Yeah, it's the
I
almonds.
guess, but counterfeiting a will. Yeah. Oh shit! I hit enter
She
twice.
brought those Jordan almonds with her and filled that cut crystal bowl in the parlor. Avert as you please. Nessa wasn't just being a rude guest. She was a bully.
A bully.
But at least she didn't get away with it. Now, I can just tell you, not that you're going to want to do this, maybe, but you can answer a bunch of those wrongs, and then this conversation that happens now is like...
Oh,
very
yeah,
different.
yeah.
So, anyway.
I mean, I would love to see it, and maybe next week when we do our sort of final thoughts playthrough and what have you, or final thoughts thing, and maybe go back and look at some of the bad ending stuff. We should do a completely like off the mark version of Mad Lib. Yeah.
If you
wake
answer the questions crazy, does Nancy justify the crazy answer?
No, it's more like just getting them wrong,
Like-
and then you just really offend and annoy people.
Well, like Nancy, when we type salt, Nancy's like, I saw the crystals in the salt. That's a good hiding place. But if it's like, you know, if you just say like the attic.
No, I
and
wish.
Wake up the next morning feeling refreshed and ravenous. As you make your way down the upstairs hallway, you begin to smell the inviting aromas of coffee and bacon. You enter the kitchen and find the other inhabitants gathered around the table digging into a hearty breakfast. You join in. Morning light is streaming through the small window, causing motes of dust to sparkle and dance in the light. Mr. Richards is slumped in front of his plate, eyes downcast,
Yes.
dead after
Yeah, so obviously, like, if you
He's
don't
got a
save them...
plate full of Jordan almonds.
that seat is empty if you don't save him and whatnot.
Of course, yeah.
Jack, you're already admitted to helping Margot hide Nessa's ruby brooch. So this doesn't happen if you don't tell him about that either. So yeah, there's a lot of
Right,
stuff.
of course.
I sure did.
You said before that you and Margot planned to sell the brooch to help pay for the lodge's upkeep.
Yeah, she was trying to lay claim to the whole place, but she never lifted a finger to take care of it, nor sent a dime.
You also said because of the state of things, you didn't see the point of executing that plan. But I think you should. What do you think, Mr. Richards?
Sounds good to me. That would be a nice thing for Nessa to indirectly do. She certainly wouldn't intentionally do anything good for anyone else.
You hand the ruby brooch over to Jack.
Thanks, Nancy. Ha! Maybe I can get a new mop. We all laugh.
Sorry
Freeze
for
frame.
all of the scratches. Freeze frame. Everybody jumps into the air, knocking the table over, just so they can get a mid-air freeze frame.
Kimmy's like, I don't know what's happening.
You mentioned that Nessa had it out for Margot, and this was Margot's way of getting back at her.
Yeah, but I figured it was because Nessa was afraid Mr. Richards would bequeath the lodge and lands to Margot instead.
Oh, she sure was. Nessa was dead set on making Margot go away so the lodge and lands wouldn't end up with her. Which they never were, of course. I promised all that to Nathan and his family, always and forever. Margot understood.
I will admit to worrying about the fate of the lodge and lands from time to time. But once I learned how much Margot loved it here too, just as it is, I worried less. When that fisherman found that diamond...
Yeah, that was trouble. Nessa arrived and she recognized Margot's face from the old wanted posters. In a past life, Margot lived and worked up in Skagway during the Klondike Gold Rush. She was just a kid. She made some mistakes, trusted the wrong people. But she told me all that, so it didn't work when Nessa tried to blackmail her into leaving Crimson. Nessa found another way to get the better of her.
Evan's face falls and he clamps his mouth shut.
Her secrets. You mean like her boudoir on the first night you arrived?
Oh, yes, I know we've already discussed that. You said the two of you were just friends, and I believe you.
Yeah, Jack helped Margot with her Salvarsan treatments.
You knew about that.
Sure did. Jack helped her with that every night. I couldn't. Too squeamish. The injections were very painful for her, and I couldn't stand to do them.
Well, that makes me feel better about that.
Margot knew Nessa and Corvus would rummage through her things. Her vanity has a lock, but she suspected that it wasn't secure. In fact, she suspected it had been tampered with already. I kept the brooch in my pocket for a bit, but when we were fixing to head to the garnet mine, I didn't want to bring it with me. So I nipped upstairs to her giant closet and pinned it to the underside of one of her hats, up on one of those mannequin heads. I figured Nessa and Corvus had turned the lodge the last place they'd look is somewhere they'd already searched. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Kimmy, I'm sorry that your birding trip was full of so much drama and tension, but I'm glad I got to meet you. Thanks so much, Nancy. That's very kind of you. Yes, this was one of the strangest trips I've ever taken. So much unpleasantness and tragedy. But I don't regret coming here. Crimson is a beautiful place. Margot was very kind. Jack and Nathan really helped me feel at home here, despite everything. And you, Mr. Richards.
Yeah.
You're kind of a bag of shirts. But, you know.
You're a real shitbag.
I can see why you love Crimson so much. I love it too.
Ah, that's real nice. Thanks, Kimmy.
And Nancy, I'm very glad I got to meet you too. You're one of a kind, brave and clever. No matter what happens, I'm sure you'll make your dreams come true. Thank you, that means a lot to me. I'll try my best. Nathan, I have to know.
Yes.
About the set of silver wedding steins.
I brought them back this morning now that they're out of Nessa's reach.
I really appreciate Nathan keeping them safe for me. Don't worry, he told me all about what Margot did. And they're right about me. I would have just given them to Nessa to make her stop harassing me. Story of my life. Never again.
Oh, I was in the boathouse when you had your meeting with Albert.
You were? Where?
In one of the canoes, but never mind that. I saw and heard you buy a phony mineralogical report from Albert. I feel you had Mr. Richard's best interest in mind, but could you please explain that to me?
Yeah, of course. And I did that because I had Mr. Richards' best interests in mind. And mine as well. What's this all about? I didn't want to trouble you, Evan. Yes, I did pay Albert to write a mineralogical report that stated there were no diamonds on the lands around the lodge. That would make the land worthless to Nessa, and she would stop bothering Evan and go home. Albert seemed to be, well, not who he said he was. I've met mineralogists, and he was no mineralogist.
I had a funny feeling about him, too.
He was perfectly willing to prepare the document and to say whatever I wanted for a price. I still have it, with Albert's signature and official seal. With Evan's permission, I plan on mailing it to the federal government. We can be free of these troubles once and for all. Yeah, let's do it.
You weren't the only one who paid Albert to prepare a false mineralogical report, Nathan.
What?
Albert fled the lodge. After Albert fled the lodge, I found a couple crumpled papers in his wastepaper basket. The papers had writing indentations on them. I darkened them when I was able to read what had been written on top of them. I read the report you bought from him, but there was a version of the report that said the lodge and lands actually did contain diamonds. Later, I found the original mineralogical report she'd paid for in Corvus's satchel. I read it, and it said that there are diamonds on this land.
You wouldn't happen to have that version of the report, would you?
Actually, I do.
Ha! Good one, Nancy.
Albert was clearly a fraud, looking to make some money by producing false reports. They could never be considered official. I'm due to meet with Ranger Murdoch down in Toronto and be interviewed about everything that's happened. I'll be submitting this report as part of the evidence against Albert. I'll be writing my own field report about Crimson. Considering the circumstances and my methodical work, I think that the government would be keen to accept my findings. I have to know. Are there diamonds here in Crimson?
Mr. Richards, Nathan, and Jack exchange meaningful looks.
Oh, I think you and Jack were picking alluvial diamonds out of the riverbank when I saw the two of you earlier tonight. I think Jack hides the little diamonds in the bag of rock salt in the smokehouse. In the attic, up in the attic. I grabbed a handful of salt and dissolved it in water. Some of the crystals didn't dissolve.
Nancy. There are diamonds in Crimson. We just have to check the riverbanks regularly for the ones that come down the river. Over time, we've managed to extract most of the gems that are in the ground, but soil erosion also reveals them. Every so often, we gotta go looking for more that have appeared. They're easiest to see by moonlight. Evan used to help us. In fact, he used to do it all by himself. Yeah, but it wore my back down. So now it's up to Jack and Nat. Fortunately for us, not many people were around. It was a difficult secret to keep. Even then. Yeah, until that fish swallowed that whopper of a diamond, and that lucky duck fisherman caught it. Nothing but trouble, that was.
My goodness, I see.
Nancy, we know that your field work is very important to you. And we certainly can't prevent you from divulging anything you may have discovered here.
Except that we poisoned your bacon. So you're not going anywhere.
I hope you like poisoned bacon. We can only ask you to think about what that news could mean for Crimson. We like it how it is now.
I do too. Oh, it doesn't go? I do too.
Me too. And so did Margot.
What'll happen now?
That'll be partially depend on you. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong guy. That'll partially depend on you, Nancy. I was the wrong guy for a minute.
You all pile into Nathan's automobile, except for Mr. Richards, as there isn't enough room for the four-seater.
They couldn't remember what Nancy's weakness was, so they used Jordan almonds and flypaper in her bacon.
You sense he'd like some time alone anyway. He gives you and Kimi a nod and then turns away. As the automobile trundles away from the lodge, you crane your neck and take one last look. And also, you don't have to add an extra sprite this
Yes.
time. I'm really going
to miss this place in spite of everything.
You turn and face forward. The rattling of the rough road makes it hard to think. The only coherent thought you manage to have is, what will you tell your boss? And what could that mean for your future?
Thank goodness the bridge has been repaired enough to allow trains to cross it again.
Repaired?
That's
Enough?
You are traveling light, Nancy. I wouldn't be too concerned.
Traveling light thanks to Albert.
Okay, Nancy. The train's gonna leave soon. Be well.
Oh, but what about you, Kimmy? I've talked it over with Jack and Nathan. I think I'll stay on for a bit. It's been so tense here. I want to relax, enjoy the birds, and the fall migration is starting in a few weeks, and the leaves will be changing color. I've promised Jack that I'll help with the lodge chores. I'll earn my keep. That's wonderful news. I wish I could stay longer too, but I've got to get back to my job in the city. Good luck, Nancy. I'm going to miss you. I'll miss you too, Kimmy. Be well. I'll miss all of you. Thanks for letting me stay with you. And please, thank Mr. Richards too.
Well, let him know. You're made of pretty tough stuff, Nancy. Jack's been telling me of how brave you were down in the mine. We're grateful for all that you've done here. Goodbye, Nancy. Yeah, bye, Nancy. Now go on, the train's not gonna wait forever.
Right.
Whoa!
You stare out of the train window. It's a clear, cool morning. As crisp and refreshing as it is this far north, you brace yourself for the muggy summer heat down by Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
Your mind is buzzing with all that has transpired over the last few days. It feels like you're returning home from a long voyage. You can't help but wonder, did you miss anything? Did you leave any loose ends? Would you like to be privy to some helpful introspective thoughts? Yes or
You
no?
can also save as well here.
Ride home.
Do we want to save the introspect?
Oh.
I saved. Oh, you mean yeah. So that's a good idea, actually. Yeah. Okay.
No, wait.
What?
It's fine.
Oh, I guess we can.
Yeah. All right.
Interesting.
Sorry. That happened so fast.
No. Well, so there'll be another episode where we just go through that little introspection bit, and we'll probably look at some of the bad ending stuff, and we will do a completely off the mark response to all of the questions at the end there, just to see what happens. So stay tuned for one final episode of the Crimson Diamond, and then
a mailbag.
One more mailbag. Yeah.
I definitely want to see what happens if we confess to everything.
Yeah.
Who was the imposter? Nancy?
I was Nessa's accomplice. I hid the silver steins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
absolutely.
Julia, you're not pissed off that we're not finishing this right now, are you?
No, my God, I could wait another 7 weeks. It's cool.
We're going to be back next week.
Yeah, we intend to be back next week. We're not going to, write it down in contract or anything like that. But yes, we will. We'll be here next week, ideally.
Yeah.
Yay.
And we hope that this 3 hours is enough for you guys. to make up for the last.
Yeah, a little bit longer because we missed a few weeks. The equivalent to 14 episodes.
And I also know like a lot of you guys thought we would never finish this game. So. We're still not done.
It kind of came quickly. So. We're not done, but we're we finished the larger portion of what remains for the game. Yeah. So thank you very much for joining us, everybody. Stick and stay. We will see you for the final episode and the final Crimson Diamond mailbag next week.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Until then, though,
give us some Crimson questions for God's sake. For the sake of God.
And then Julie gets to decide if she wants to continue to subject herself to this
oh my goodness
on a weekly basis as we go into either the Conquest series, the Gabriel Knight series, or the Leaders of Larry series, which we will be holding a poll not this week, but the following week. So start thinking about what you want to see next. But yeah, sorry.
Would
Julie,
I be a jerk if I said it was dependent on the results of that poll? It's not. I didn't even consider stop coming here, man. Are you gonna stop me from coming round?
Never.
No, that's all your choice.
We're gonna delete your contact info.
Well, we're done with you. Thanks to the free game. We all bought it.
Block and report.
Block and report.
Block and report. No, we would love for you to play the rest of the Sierra catalog with us.
Oh my goodness.
And anything beyond.
Yeah, and what happens?
You're a level 0 NPC for as long as
for life
part of the team.
So. Yeah, wouldn't be the same without you.
Thanks, guys. It means a lot to me.
I'm glad.
Us too.
We you're great.
We'll understand if one day you realize you're too cool for us, but until
yes,
that
absolutely.
day, we're happy to have you.
We sort of are always waiting for that day to come, but that's fine.
Not today.
Not today.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Remember, we're very in love with you. Take it easy. Stick and stay.
Stick and stay, everybody.
Stick and stay, folks.
We're in love with the idea of you. And you as a person.
It's why it's important we never meet you in person.
That's why it's important. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, get ready for. We're also going to talk a little bit about Level Zero Con, the next 2025. We have no plans. None. There's zero plans for that. But you never know.
We'll have to see.
All right, thanks everyone. Be well.
Bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
Where's my harmonica, motherfucker? Where'd it go? Here it is.
I'm just glad that it wasn't the death whistle.
No, I'm not kidding. I'm never playing that again.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.